Hello out there, everyone. I am DJ Particle. This is ParticlePlay Live. How's everyone doing out there today? Hey, kill me in the chat room. But today, as we've been doing the last few Wednesdays, we're going to put RankoHoshino in the driver's seat, and she's going to show us another game that we usually don't play around here. Kill me, thank you for the host. And today it is going to be Fortune Street. Let's bring Ranko here into the chat room. Hello, Ranko.
Howdy.
Hey, what's up?
Much.
I'm trying to there we go. All right.
Just rushing a little.
Just doing what a little?
Just rushing a little.
Rushing.
Had to get my pre-stream idol meeting to happen.
Ah.
Had to get paid for the cat. Had to get things set up.
Yeah, I was wondering what I was. Yeah, because it was a while before I saw your stream start.
Yeah. The kitty. Gotta take care of myself. Gotta take care of the cat.
No, it's the other way around. You gotta take care of the cat before you take care of yourself. Because cat rules. Because cat rules the roost. You know.
I guess. So you ready?
Ready. Let's hope for some good fortune.
Yeah, sure. Tell me something. Do I have enough Mario Kart Wii set up?
Probably.
That's the European version, the American version, the Japanese version, and the Korean version.
Oh, wow.
The Korean version was the hardest one to find.
Oh, jeez. All right. Let's grab some fortunes.
Yeah, and some treats. There are tutorials in this game.
Oh.
Basically everything unlocked, though.
But you're basically going to show us how to play it.
Yeah. Screw the tutorials. I can tell you what's what.
Didn't you say it was kind of like a cross between Mario Party and Monopoly?
You're the one who said that.
Oh. How would you describe it?
It's like it's definitely like Monopoly, especially if you play the standard rules that have been around since 1991.
91?
The easy rules were.
What was the first console this was released on?
The Famicom.
They were still making new Famicom games in 91?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Surprise, surprise. The guy who created Dragon Quest also created this series. The Wii game is the first game in the series to be released outside of Japan. It only took until 2011.
Yeah.
By the way, Koichi Sugiyama died recently.
Oh, who did?
The main Dragon Quest composer.
Oh.
He's a bit of a nationalist and a bigot, but whatever. His music was great, though. That aside, his music was always great.
God, that's like finding out that that the actor who portrayed Segata Sanchiro is also a nationalist bigot.
Yeah. They can always separate the character from the actor.
Yeah, he actually tweeted out his nationalism once, and I popped a retweet and said, "Say it ain't so, Segata. Say it ain't so."
Segata Sanchiro. We can always separate the talent from the actual person.
Not
to some extent.
Well, not always.
To some extent.
Because especially when you're talking about a creator, they tend to put a lot of themselves in their content.
Shoot.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Well, it's only been since November since I've played this game.
Matt, you're excited for Sonic the movie too? Cool.
By the way, real quick, I gotta show you something fun.
What?
There are 10 save slots in this game.
Hmm.
They think they could be used some more save slots in this game.
And yes, hun, there's a Sonic movie 2 coming out next April.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll be seeing it with my mom.
Well, it's obvious there was going to be one. I mean, the first Sonic movie was the highest grossing video game movie of all time, so...
It surpassed Detective Pikachu.
Hey, Prin, welcome to the stream. What's up?
We can play easy rules or the standard rules. I prefer easy rules because I like taking it easy.
Well, of course, you're RankoHoshino. You're RankoHoshino. Taking it easy is your brand.
Yeah. If you play the standard rules, it's basically like Monopoly with the stocks and all the junk. The districts. Yeah, there's a tutorial for both of the modes. They're separately listed.
Oh my god.
Tour mode for both modes, and free play if you just want to do shenanigans.
Is this?
I have max.
Was this game also playable on Wi-Fi?
Just makes sure my stuff is up to date. It's slow, just like Mario Kart Wii. There you go. Yeah, it works with Wi-Fi.
Oh. Oh wow.
Really battle friend game. If we were to play together, we would play through as a friend game.
Yeah, but see, I've never actually played this before.
There's room for exactly the same amount of friends as on Mario Kart Wii.
Oh wow.
30.
Kiyome says, saying hey, being Kiyome, and eating subs is their brand.
Alright, let's just do some free play.
Well, subs are definitely good. And if you're hearing crunching over my mic, well, Dana brought home pizza.
That's some crunchy pizza then. Got trophies that you can earn. Got characteristics and statistics. I have way too many trophies. I played this game so much.
Oh wow.
Literal hundreds of gold trophies.
God. So I assume those are basically like the achievements.
Yeah, pretty much. You use tour mode to unlock stuff. There's also an in-game shop that uses stamps for the currency.
Oh wow.
So you can buy personality and role stuff for if you set your character to out for lunch mode, which is actually a quick and easy way to unlock literally everything else. Just let the game play itself with a specific combination in tour mode, and the NPC will almost always hit the requirements for victory. Just gotta make sure that you are in control for the last roll, getting back to the main.
Puddin says, every time when someone mentions pizza, I just think of Mona's Pizza. Is that pizzeria near you, Puddin?
I bought everything that I possibly could unlock, and I am back to max stamps. But yeah, your Mii character that you play as is pretty customizable.
Oh, from WarioWare. Oh!
Wario.
See, I've never played WarioWare.
It's interesting stuff.
I heard it's basically a suite of little tiny games.
Yeah, it's a mini-game series of games. You got 4 unlockable characters here.
Oh, wow. What, hon?
I'm gonna play with my usual suspects.
Yeah. Yeah, keep looking. It's gotta be there. I mean, hon, you went to a Kappa Island, right? So yeah, there should be a gyroid there, unless you've already been there earlier today. Oh, yeah.
Got Dragon Quest boards.
You love Marco's? They shut down during COVID. Oh, we have
There's a
Marco's around.
here.
We have Marco's around here, but
I have a Marco's in my. I'm pretty sure I have a Marco's in my area. Yeah. Got Super Mario boards. And a mix of extra boards that you can also unlock in tour mode. The standard rules boards are bigger. And have higher default requirements for victory.
And since there's Nintendo characters in it, I guess that means it's a first-party game then.
It's by Square Enix and Marvelous AQL. That explains the presence of Dragon Quest characters.
Oh.
I don't think this actually counts as a first-party Nintendo game. It's actually also not very popular. Let's see, what board do I want to do? Oh, we're all familiar with Mario Kart, aren't we?
Yeah, Kiyome said their Marco shut down in mid-2020. I think our Marco's is still around.
Suddenly colorful screen stripe. No, that was actually in the game.
I mean, how do you be a pizza parlor that couldn't survive COVID? I mean, your whole model is delivery.
I don't know. Little Caesars didn't have delivery.
Well, Little Caesars has had delivery now for several years. Like, I remember what they first got delivery in the 90s. Remember the ads? Delivery.
Yeah, I guess that didn't apply to the Little Caesars that's near my house. Alright, I get to have full immersion. We can have the in-game chatter on if we really want to.
I hear Rainbow Road music. Is that Rainbow Road music?
No. It's Mario Circuit music.
Oh, duh. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Is my volume high enough?
So far it is, yeah. I can...
So basically...
Well, it could be a smidge higher, but I am able to crank it up almost to where I like the, where I like game audio to be.
Okay, I can crank it up if you want. Shall I?
If you want.
Sure, I'll go up to... I'm at minus 15 right now. I'll go to minus 9.9 again.
Oh, your Marcos didn't have delivery, Kiyome? Seriously?
There we go. Alright, anyway, we want to get our net worth up to 10,000 gold and get back to the bank. Or we can bankrupt one player to win. Or at least end the game. And what we want to do is go around the board to gather all the suits, the card suits, to get promotions, to get more money. So we can buy shops and have the other characters land on them.
Oh, weird. And let me guess, those squares are how much it costs to basically buy the square and set something up.
Yeah. They can be renovated. And easy rules, buying multiple shops next to each other will also power them up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, in that sense it is very much. But you go ahead.
Yeah. In standard rules, instead you would just buy shops in the same district and they'll power up a little bit differently.
Ah.
So you go by a different formula. But yeah, it is pretty much Monopoly.
Yeah. Except what in Monopoly are color groups. In this game, it's a little more dynamic.
Color groups exist in standard rules for this game.
Oh.
You can buy stock from this district.
So what's up? So what's up with the me named Flander?
Flander, that's a Toho character.
Oh.
From the embodiment of Scarlet Devil. She's the extra boss.
Hmm.
She's a vampire.
Oh, jeez.
She has the ability to destroy anything.
I haven't even finished my first one yet.
Isn't that hilariously overpowered?
Yeah. Alright. Got my chocolate orange.
I would like to stream the embodiment of Scarlet Devil next year for its 20th anniversary, but the question is, will it run? Yeah, that's the one Toho game that Zuki has kind of admitted to having lost the source code, and it does not run properly on Windows 10.
Oh.
It always runs in full screen mode, but the problem is, due to its uncapped frame rate, it kind of likes to run at 2,000 frames per second.
2,000?
Yes. Although the
Ow.
visuals will still technically be 60 frames per second. So the frames get squished together. If you do manage to get it to run in Windows mode by itself, it runs at 62.5.
I don't want to take a day off, Daisy says.
Yeah, and her one shot closes for a turn.
Oh no.
I'm already bored of the chatter. I just turned it on just to show that it does exist.
Alright. Pharmacy.
Yeah. Now I do am Big Pharma. Yeah, this is a pretty casual, fun time of a game.
Oh yeah.
The computer players do have their own individual CPU rank levels.
Oh, Prin says, for a second I thought I was at Feats' stream?
Wow. Has Beats ever played this game?
I don't know. Oh, Prin, has Feats ever played this game?
Itadaki's Story.
Oh, she says you used to stream that a lot.
Wow. I think I've seen it pop up in his, on the my following live list before. I guess a preview. It's just gonna be a bit of a slow start, I guess, but that's typically how it is.
Yeah. Toy
Just get by up your chops.
Toy Store! Toy Store!
But yeah, there's plenty of unlockable customization for the main character that you put on your save file.
Yeah. Well, fish market. Oh god.
There's some strange shops in this game. Most notably is a bridal boutique. Waluigi's bridal boutique. Waluigi will help you get married.
Round the
For
block?
anyone who's watched Runaway Guys. Holy crap, all mushrooms.
Seriously.
Holy
Oh my god!
8 birds of mushrooms. That's a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Still not as exciting as getting a row of 7s, though. Things are just
So you don't need to actually land on the seats to collect them. You just need to pass over them.
No. Yeah, just passing over the seat squares will give you the seats, but if you land on them, you get to get a venture card as well.
A venture card?
Yeah. That's what they're called in this game. And get the different effects to happen for you or against you.
Yoshi, Yoshi!
Yeah. Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Yoshi already has 3 of the suits.
Yeah. Daisy has a suit and a suit yourself card, which can be used in place of any other suit. So she can skip a suit.
Uh-oh. The florist.
They're running, folks. Venture 6 species. Maybe I should slow that down too. I have to wait until my turn comes up again so I can access the options. Slime puns. Yeah.
Oh god, you're the only one with only 1 suit right now.
Yeah, that's very a bit of a slow rolling, but that also means I have a bunch of shops. Unfortunately, they're not all next to each other. Let's yeah, let's have this full immersion, right?
Full immersion? Game
Like
speed
have
normal?
actual. Yeah.
Oh god.
Normally I play it with maximum speed and no chatter. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What have I done? What have I signed myself up for?
Oh.
Venture on and everyone's shop prices increased by 30%. Now roll a die again and move again.
Oh no.
It also includes my shops. There is a slight bit of emotion control in this game. You can shake your remote to roll a die.
Oh, you got lucky.
Yeah. This is painfully slow. Because Daisy warps to her space, she can choose to go either direction.
1.
Yep. Good old 1 out of 6. Well, there's some boards are big enough where you can roll 7s or even 8s on the 6-sided die. How that works, I have no idea. Rolling a 7 or an 8 on a 6-sided die, that's funny.
She just got a super self card.
Yeah, now she can skip another seat. Okay, so how long are we gonna keep the game at this speed?
I don't know. That's up to you. You're in the driver's seat today, Ranko.
Yeah. I really would like to play this game with you, though.
I have to find
like
a
it.
copy of it first.
You can get it on GameStop.com.
At what?
GameStop.com. Yeah, GameStop has it on their online store.
No, there's only one thing, though. I'd rather just get the disc.
It is only the disc. Most Wii games never got a digital release. Any Wii games that did get a digital release were released on the eShop.
You're right.
Which would then not be compatible with online. Yeah, full Wii games never got digital releases until the Wii U. Oh, hey, check it out.
Oh?
I have a hair job. Now the numbers on the board will double. The more shots you stick next to each other, the more their numbers increase exponentially.
Oh, wow.
5 powers of 2. Yeah, 5 powers up 2. Very simple stuff compared to standard rules where they just use some weird math.
So basically, it's like yeah, because in Monopoly, when you get all of a color set, the price is double.
Yeah, that does end up happening if you get all the shops in the district with standard rules. It ends up leading to double prices, but then you can also do some renovations to increase the numbers. Investing your money in the shops will make them bigger.
So yeah, this is basically Square Enix does Monopoly.
Yeah. Okay, I'm already tired of the chatter. I'm already tired of the slow speed. Let's speed this junk up, huh? You've seen it up, haven't we?
Put in just a word of advice. Don't call out lurkers.
It's illegal, you know.
Yeah, don't call out lurkers. If someone's just lurking, they usually are for a reason.
Yeah.
It's bad form. It's one of the first things I learned as a streamer is not to call out lurkers.
It's a lesson that everyone should learn.
Yeah.
Okay, forget about the chatter, forget about the slow rolling speed. Let's go maximum speed. Forever. And yes, there are volume controls in this game. There we go.
Yeah, back very early in my streaming days, I once saw literally Satan lurking, and I welcomed her to the chat. She's like, "Why did you do that? I was just lurking." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. It's just something I didn't know."
Let's see. Pressing the A and B buttons to scroll between the shops more quickly. Yep. I want to invest.
You want to invest?
I could invest, but I don't have a whole lot of ready cash. I only have 200 gold. So I guess not.
Well, roll and hope you get a 5.
I guess.
Then you'll have another 2 shops in a row.
Well, they have to literally be next to each other, so the venture space won't count.
Ah.
I did get some money, though.
Yeah, Slime is getting close to getting all the suits.
Yeah, that's nice and all, but it's the minimum CPU character.
Yoshi just got all the suits.
Yep. All he needs to do is get back to the bank and he gets a promotion. I still need the heart.
Yeah.
Thanks, game.
Oh god.
You just let me roll 1 twice.
Oh my god.
Let's see if it happens again. Nope.
Oh, God, Daisy rolled a 1.
And then
And a 6. There we go.
Okay, Slime, I'm going to totally be buying that shop at some point, and that other one at the bottom left. First promotion negotiation.
Yep.
The higher the level, the better promotion.
Oh, jeez. A pay packet.
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, Yoshi bought that shop you were looking for.
I would like to add that shop.
Oh, grab that shop instead and then get yourself a promotion.
Hopefully nothing goes wrong.
Oh, Matt, you're going to get the Animal Crossing Monopoly? Well, the problem with some of those licensed Monopoly games is that a lot of them have short boards where every color group only has 2 properties. And sadly, the Animal Crossing Monopoly is one of them.
Good grief.
I will never buy an abridged Monopoly.
I have regular Monopoly.
So do I.
I got it from Toys R Us. Before they did some piece changing. Game, why?
Another 1? Oh my
Why?
god.
Why?
You're running out of money there.
I know.
What's the difference between your 134 and the 2114?
The 134 is how much cash I have on hand. The bigger number is my net worth.
Oh.
It's both my ready cash and all the value of my shops.
Oh, okay.
What I want to do is get my net worth to get my net worth up to 10,000, and then get back to the bank, or promote to 10,000 net worth while on the bank. It's either that or have someone go bankrupt, and the game ends. I can change the settings, but yeah.
Come on, we need at least a 5.
Of course, it's not bad. It's your lucky day. You get a commission on everyone else's profits.
Oh, really?
It's a 20% commission
Oh, gee.
for the yellow star space. There are 50%, or I think it's 50 or 60, but there are bigger commission spaces and standard rules.
Oh, God. Daisy has the double.
That's all she's getting from up that spot.
Yeah.
There are smaller boards, there are bigger boards. I used to get pretty nightmarish in the bigger boards.
Well, it looks like you're
I
going to
make
get
things
the...
nightmarish in the bigger boards.
Well, it looks like you're going to get the next promotion.
Yeah.
You can buy out other people's properties, too?
Yeah.
Oh, my
If you land
God.
on another property, you can force buy it out for 5 times the value, although the owner only gets 3 times the value. The rest goes to the bank as a commission.
Yeah, it looks like Yoshi's just kicking ass. Well, get yourself a promotion.
Yeah. I'll see what happens. What you want to do is form lines on this little cardboard. And you
So
also get
getting a
coin.
promotion is like crossing Go in Monopoly.
Yeah.
Roll the die and pay 44 times the number to the person in last place. Oh, no.
Well,
Oh,
good news.
phew.
I only rolled... It's like, good news, everyone. I only rolled a 1.
And that's going to Daisy. And 44 going to Daisy.
Daisy's not doing any investments. To be fair, she doesn't have a lot of cash anyway. She's a little strapped for cash.
Yeah.
Once you run out of cash, you can sell your shops out. Sell their shops back to the bank, but you're not gonna get full value back. So if you want to play carefully, if you're running out of cash, you can just auction your shops out, and you will get full value.
Oh, jeez. All right. Time to collect suits again.
Yeah.
Oh, you land right on the. You're gonna land right on the suit. Nice.
Alright, I get to roll again. Flat value of 100 for a turn.
Alright. But now you gotta get back up and grab the other 3.
Yeah.
6.
You win some, you lose some. That's all I've got to say. Guess you're getting those big connections. Yeah, you got a venture card for that. Here's she investing in a shop. 100% investment there.
Alright, let's take a look. Ooh. Raise it from 11 to 55. Oh, geez.
Yeah. I don't want to pay that much. I want to pay as little as possible.
Put it in, it's okay.
We all learn things at some point.
Yeah. Promotion for Daisy now.
Yeah.
Oh god, Daisy can invest 200 of the bank's money. Oh man.
It's a free net worth for her.
Yep. But Yoshi's just kicking everyone's ass.
Yeah, kinda. You got pretty lucky, to be fair.
Ooh, roll the die and move again. A 1.
Yeah, it's a 1, but that's fine.
That's fine because you landed on your own shop.
Which means I get to invest if I want.
Oh, you gonna invest?
I guess I could use a little bit of investment. Thankfully that map is up there. Which one should be? Oh, this one should be fine. 180 should be good. That's nice. I can still invest it. 300 more gold into it.
Oh, it suddenly becomes 128.
I plan to buy a slime shops from him at some point, just through the menu.
Oh, Slime just invested in one of his shops.
Exactly 100, of course. Yeah, the different CPU and rank levels.
God, Slime has
kind of determine how much.
Slime hasn't even got his first promotion yet, and Yoshi's just about on his second.
Yeah. The ranks and the CPU ranks also determine how much they invest in their shops at once.
Oh, jeez.
It's a pretty complex thing to work with, but it's pretty neat. you've aligned them. 4 panels. Here, take a 40 gold bonus. Freebie, take a suit yourself card.
Prin, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's just for future reference. I made them. I mean, back in my early days as a streamer, I made the same mistake. I mean, don't worry about it. Jeez.
I'm a pro lurker, by the way. I even do the lurky when I can.
Oh god, you lined up 5 in a row. Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
Daisy did.
Your shop prices are cut in half until your next turn? Oh no.
Poor Daisy.
Slime finally got his first promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daisy's shops are all cut in half. So.
Good timing. Because I just landed on one of her shops.
Oh god.
Paying
And-
79
and
instead of
Yeah,
58.
yeah, of course it's the expensive one.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Well, it's just that during a term where all of Daisy's shops were 50% off, you land on the expensive one and end up paying a lot anyway.
Yeah, it's still not terrible though.
Yeah.
Well, decided to get up. You can buy any shop, unknown shop, or whatever. You know, buy stuff. Really? You're not done to do that, Slime?
Huh.
Uh,
Oh my
They don't play
god! Yoshi's just whipping around the board.
hold
Yoshi's about to get a second promotion.
on. Yeah, hold on.
What?
Gotta let the cat out.
Ah. Who let the cat out? Who let the cat out? Oh, jeez.
I look at the TV screen again to realize that my ready cash is a very magical number. Emmy,
What?
I have 666 ready cash.
Yo!
Isn't that lovely? Playing as the sister of the devil.
Metal. That's metal.
Yeah, for Emilia Scarlet. Flame's older sister is known as the Scarlet Devil. There's also a vampire. They look like children and they act like children to stay young forever, I suppose. Some shenanigans in the Toho series.
Yeah.
Maybe I should play some Toho on the stream at some point.
Oh, jeez.
We have plenty of options to work with for the next session. It'll be 2 weeks though, before we do this type of stuff again, because Mini Fest is coming up. Should I start introducing you silly people into what Edgy the Hedgy is like, or should we just play some Toho next time?
Oh,
feel like
that's
if
your.
we wanna-
Well, that's your choice.
I feel like if we're going to see Edgy the Hedgy in action, I think we should get the proper introduction by doing Sonic Adventure 2 first, because there are some flashbacks in his own game from Sonic Adventure 2. It's pretty relevant, unlike how we can just skip Sonic Adventure, which is kind of its own thing, aside from some Chaos Emerald and Master Emerald backstory stuff, I suppose. It only comes up in the last story of the second game. But yes, at some point there will be Out the Edge. And I can skip the heart seat because I have a Seat Yourself card. I want to protect my other shop. Munch, and he's still eating. Oh, go all in for that one. So, Emmy.
Yeah?
How's it been?
Okay.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Everyone else is, let's see, slime shops closed for the day.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Where's Yoshi? There's Yoshi.
Landing on the,
And he's got another promotion.
he's getting really lucky. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
It's all the luck of the roll. I get to invest again? Nah, I want to have some money for some other stuff. Sometimes what I like to do between my turns is play with some cubes, like play with a Rubik's Cube. There's not a whole lot of action to deal with, but it's a nice kind of calm, fun time. I have actually played with like 1 or 2 viewers before.
Oh.
Through Wii Live. I played with Drake.
Oh, cool. And Ranko is the second one to get the second promotion. Yeah. Right after Yoshi did.
Okay, I think I know what I want to do next. I know what I want to do next. Okay, I can go in any direction I went next here, but I still need to get to the speed anyway.
Oh, you can choose which way to go on your next turn. Yep.
It includes going back the way you came. Which is normally not possible. And unless you get that card, or you get a card like that, or you warp from one spot to another. At which point it's you didn't necessarily come from any direction.
Money-making venture.
Yeah.
If you were to make a prediction, who do you think will get bankrupted first?
If anyone gets bankrupted, that ends the game because the default limit is 1.
The default what?
The default bankruptcy limit is 1. Once one player that bankrupts, that's the end of the game.
Oh! Hey, Light Engine! Welcome to the stream! Splatoon 3 coming soon? I hope so! I made a prediction that we could hear something about Splatoon 2 tomorrow during the Game Awards. It's no guarantee, and it's not based on any rumors. It's just
a hunch.
It's just a hunch based on how things have been timing out. Because if you remember,
for 4 or 5 times the value.
Oh God. Because if you remember for Splatoon 2, we got the first gameplay trailer of Splatoon 2 in January 2017, and 6 months later we had the game. Now, we got our first actual gameplay trailer of Splatoon 3 just this past September. Like I said, it's just how things are timing out. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But there is reason to be hopeful, is what I'm saying.
I'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
Because every game is its own case anyway.
And depending on how late the Game Awards go, I may be canceling school tomorrow for it.
Oh, it's a good thing we're doing this today.
Oh my god.
Wonderful time, right?
Oh my god. Vic Mignogna got banned from being a guest at a con. Or even an attendee. So one of the vendors invited him to present at their booth. And the con basically responded by sanctioning the vendor. So now Vic Mignogna is suing the con.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm doing things on the game.
Oh god.
I'll let Slime set the prices, but they'll typically be pretty low. Because he's only a rank D CPU. And I'm like, yeah, those prices are fine, they're reasonable. Only 20% up pricing, that's fine. I'll get my money back at some point. Surely.
Bro, why would you do that now? Well, for those of you who don't know who Vic Mignogna is, he's an actor / voice actor
People like me.
who has been called out for who's been called out by several women for sexual harassment claims, and it kind of resulted in him getting canceled. He got banned from several cons. He got fired from several anime voice acting projects. And so now he's one of those who's rallying against the woke culture, the woke cancel culture. He's one of those people. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Now, I do have to admit, there is one work that Vic did that I actually do like, and that's Star Trek Continues. In which he was the executive producer and portrayed Captain Kirk. On the other hand, I can watch it knowing full well that he can't make dick off it because of Paramount's new rules on fan projects.
Huh. Alright, I can
Yeah.
get some commissions.
Hey, get yourself some commissions. There we go.
Yes.
There we go, Ranko.
I'm kind of catching up with Yoshi.
Yeah, it says
Okay,
Vic is
I'm
claiming.
catching up with Yoshi. I'm in third.
Yeah, it says here Vic is claiming that if a con tells him he can't sell merch at their con, then they're breaking the law. It says notice, and there's a link to a video. It says notice how he doesn't mention that he didn't clear it with the con first, which was the whole problem.
You gotta be squinting.
And he says, oh, nice touch at the end of the video where the clear message is that if you don't let Vic do whatever he wants, even if it involves skating around con rules, then you're one of the haters.
Haters gonna hate. Should I land on my job or a closed job?
And then someone says here, so, according to him, I can create my own merch and go to a con and sell it without any contract or anything with the con, and if they try to stop me, they're breaking the law?
Cool. Sounds awesome to me.
I have to admit that I did do that once back in 2006, but then again, the con didn't have any specific rules about selling stuff either. At the time, they didn't. Anyway. They do now, but at the time, they didn't. I basically had 10 copies of my first CD, and I took them with me to Anime Detour 2006, and I sold out of all of them.
All 10 of them.
Yep.
Wow. Why can't I use my destruction powers to destroy the competition? That'd be so nice. Non-venture, non-suit square.
Oh wow! Someone realized. Someone on Twitter here says, "I just realized that Star Trek Discovery has no cishet white males on the show in front of the camera at all." Wow. I mean, they used to, but among the current cast, they don't. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, they're right. No.
I paid the roll to move.
Oh, Dana's saying, what about the upcoming Strange New Worlds? It's like, yes, it's gonna be. They're not gonna have Zero. There's gonna be Captain Pike. But and of course the guy playing Spock. But other than that, who do you have? I mean, the chief medical officer is going to be Dr. Mabenga.
That's wrong again.
The first officer is going to be number 1, played by Rebecca Romaine.
Number 1.
And of course you'll have and among other characters there will be Cadet Uhura. There'll be Lieutenant Singh.
Hold on.
Or Lieutenant Noonien Singh, I should say. So, who I assume is going to be who I assume is a descendant of Khan.
Somehow.
Well, see, here's the thing. Not just somehow. You got to remember, in the Star Trek universe in the late '90s, or sorry, in the early '90s, that Khan Noonien Singh actually held shadow control over much of Asia's governments, and I think it's quite reasonable to assume that during that time he did a lot of his share of boning.
Wow.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility for there to be descendants of Khan in pre-TOS times.
Huh. I suppose.
Yeah.
It's still kind of a scary thought, though.
Well, I don't think this descendant's gonna be evil or anything, because said person would not. Well, said person, first of all, would not have been raised by Khan, and her family wouldn't have been raised by Khan for several generations.
Just the idea that Khan was involved somehow.
But what she would have, this descendant of Khan, is she would have some of the advanced genetics that Khan had.
Right. Hold on, I'm gonna have to let the cat in.
Okay.
Crying. She's a real whiner.
Oh, God. Daisy has jumped ahead of Yoshi. That's interesting. But then again, Yoshi didn't have any consecutive shots either.
For a few minutes anymore. Alright.
But yeah, yes, Star Trek Discovery currently has no cishet white males on the show in front of the camera.
Wow.
And I mean, there are cishet males, but they're not white. For example, Book and Reese, and yeah, I mean, Book and Reese are black. The Admiral, God, I forgot his name, but the Admiral's Middle Eastern. But yeah. And there are white males on the show, but they're But they're either not cis or not het. Gray is trans, is a trans guy, and Stamets is gay.
It's a very interesting cast in there. Very colorful.
Yeah. And in the case of Gray, the Trill, not only is the actor a trans guy, the character is too.
Poor Slime. He's getting his shops powered down because he spun
Oh
Bowser
no!
in his all three of his shops to get the demotion.
Oh no!
Yeah, Slime only has 3 shops.
Alright, Ranko is definitely trying to go to that heart.
Yeah. I'm going for the heart. I'll steal your heart away. But I will treat it carefully. Treat it tenderly and gently. Yes. I shall be kind. I take care of my viewers. We'll take it easy together.
Oh, Light Engine says, I know a corporation that will soon be the richest, called Beta Entertainment. It's basically like Nintendo and Sega and Capcom, but better. Never heard of them. Ah.
This is passing money back and forth at this point.
Speaking of corporate stuff, I cannot wait until Nintendo finally announces that the Switch has sold more units than the Wii. And it's coming, and you know it's coming.
It's a crazy thought, though.
I mean, the most recent news, which came last month, said that the Switch had sold 92 million units. That's only 9 million away from the Wii. And the thing is, the Switch will have done it faster than the Wii.
Amazing.
Because the Wii reached that number over 6 years. The Switch isn't even 5 yet.
And check out who promoted again.
Oh my god, Yoshi!
Daisy's in the lead, though.
Yeah, Daisy's still in the lead. You're about to get your next promotion. Yeah, you're about to get your next promotion. Hopefully.
And I laid on the commission spot again.
Ah.
Right next to the base. You start buying up a bunch of the shops together, that it does really weird things to the computer players. It's basically where they start avoiding the
oh god, if you make a whole line, you get a 200 gold bonus? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Daisy's just kicking ass now.
Yeah. If you get a bunch of shops together around a seat space, the CPUs will start avoiding that area, so they'll be less likely to promote. And you'll love it when it happens in your favor. Unfortunately, that did not get to happen this time around.
Well, get your promotion.
Yep. We'll do another board after this. A small board.
Well, this game is nowhere near over yet.
Yeah.
No one's in danger of bankruptcy yet.
But we also have to. We're also getting closer and closer to the target value.
Oh, what's the target value?
10,000.
Oh, for network.
Yeah.
Ah.
And the higher your level gets, the bigger promotion, along with your the more you invest in your shops.
Ah.
Yeah, shops matter, your level matters, and yeah, having shops matters.
Well, like you said, it's like Monopoly. I love when I play Monopoly and I get both Boardwalk and Park Place, because at that point you pretty much won the game.
They're the biggest ones.
Yeah. Although that's not completely true, because there was one time I got both Monopoly and Park Place, and I lost. And it's because I ran into bad luck. No one was landing on my properties. I had Monopoly and Park Place with a hotel on both. I'm sorry, Boardwalk and Park Place, and I had a hotel on both, but no one was landing on them, like, ever.
That happens in this game too.
I know.
You get this huge mansion, those huge hotel dealios, and it's like no one's landing on them.
Yeah, I know. And all it would have taken is for someone to land on it once, and they go bankrupt.
Yeah, I've been there. I heard a voice.
Yeah, that was Dana. She's playing Animal Crossing. Apparently, Bob's doing stupid stuff.
My mom has Bob in her little Neely town.
Oh, cool.
There was a chance for Daisy to land on my newly invested shop for it, but she decided to go to the right instead. See, this kind of stuff happens when you have big shops. That's 558 up there.
Oh, Slime finally got a promotion, I see.
Yeah. CPs don't do a whole lot outside of moving around and making movements and stuff like that. Everyone else works. Oh, that's cute, Kim. Thanks for giving me bringing me closer to speed. That was pretty tame. That was actually pretty tame. But because we all work, we can go whichever direction we want now. Except for Yoshi. But I'll keep going this way.
Huh.
There we go. And then Daisy just suddenly got a bunch of money.
Oh, jeez.
Half her salary.
Oh my god. Well, you got ahead of Yoshi, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yoshi's suddenly not having any more luck.
Well, I'm stealing it from the slime, I suppose. I don't know. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Should you take my money, Yoshi? I'd rather give it to you than Daisy. Daisy lands on the bank, meaning she can go either way. Special property of the bank. Landing on it allows you to go any direction from there. Although she actually does need the speed, but I'm sure she'll get it at some point.
Alright.
I'd like another venture card. I'd like the 200 gold bonus. That'd be very nice.
Oh, jeez.
stop investing for now. I might regret that immediately. Okay, I regret that immediately.
We'll see, we'll see.
Daisy landed on my shop. I could have invested in it, but whatever. Slime is warping too! Let's take a break spot. Which closes all three of his shops. Again.
Why did Slime do that?
He rolled the die and that's the luck he had.
Oh. Oh god,
Yeah.
you should have invested!
Yeah, I know. Instant regret. But at least I do have my ready cash.
Instant regret.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh god.
Lucky you, Daisy. A little bit of Bam shock dodge.
Ah, gee. Oh god.
Get money. Let me clear him first. 3 times 60.
Alright. Oh god.
I think we would really have a fun time playing this together.
Oh, we'll see, we'll see.
It's unfortunate that this is one of only 2 games in the series available outside of Japan.
I know. What's the other one?
Fortune Street Smart for iOS. There is an Android version, but that's Japan only.
Oh, geez.
Which slightly frustrates me because I have Android devices.
Oh, jeez. But they never came out
Also,
with... Wait a minute, they never came out with another one for a Nintendo console?
Nope. Well then...
God, they should make one for the
I
Switch!
That would be fantastic because of the much better Mii creation software.
Yes! Why didn't they put this out for the Switch? Oh man!
They had an anniversary, a 30th anniversary game for celebrating Dragon Quest, and they put it on Sony system. I think it was a PS4. There are plenty of games in the series. There is a DS game that's Japanese only. Although the DS is region free.
Oh really?
The original DS is region free. The Tadaki Street DS. It has Super Mario and Dragon Quest characters, just like this one. So this is kind of a sequel to that.
No more capital can be invested. Oh geez. So you basically maxed out that one.
Yeah, for now. Unless I can get those other 2 shops that are next to the upper one. And good luck with that. Sabenia? I don't know. I'll keep my cash.
Alright. Oh, you're drawing Sasha from Animal Crossing? Oh, cool.
You can call that RNG manipulation if you want, because Daisy landed on my 307.
Oh, wow.
Sure, RNG manipulation. Totally on purpose.
Oh, God. Now everyone has landed on that spot. Oh, man. You could have made bank.
Yes,
You could have made bank.
I can make bank later. I just want to have a nice bit of a ready cash cushion before I did anything.
Ah.
Swell up my purse, my coin purse, you know?
Oh.
We are
Nice.
playing a Slurpodrome.
Slurpodrome?
Do you want to
What?
select the slime for me, Amy?
What?
Do you want to select the slime for me? 1 through 5. The treasure chest numbers at the bottom just shows you how many treasure chests there are on that lane.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know. Go for number 1. I don't know.
Right.
May as well.
We'll go risky because there are some tricks and traps that can happen along the way.
Oh.
Sometimes it works out though.
Alright, let's go!
I stay at the races but better. The spicy pepper thingy was in the other lane. No one wins! Awesome. At
No
least I
one
survived.
wins?
Yep, the unselected slime won.
Oh my god.
At least I survived to the end.
Do you get anything for at
Actually,
least
100 gold's
surviving
not
to
bad.
the end?
Well, you get more cash. You get well if you're on the lane with 5 treasure chests and you make it all the way to the end, you at least get 200 gold. Get all the
Gotcha.
treasure chests. But
Alright.
you get a bigger bonus if you actually win.
Ah.
That's still pretty nice. 200 gold. Yeah.
A cruise. Oh god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
And suddenly you're in the lead.
I did the soundbite for Super Saiyan Death in my head right there. I did play Super Smash Bros. Melee recently for the Japanese release anniversary.
Yeah, I think I remember
did
that.
turn the text to Japanese. The announcer pronounces pudding as purin. Purin? What the heck? If only I could have the Japanese voice clips as well, but whatever.
Daisy's getting
I did
close
have-
to another promotion.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, so are you.
Yep, I just need the heart.
Daisy just needs a spade.
This is getting pretty close between at the top. Between everyone except Slime.
Yeah,
Poor guy only has 3 shops though.
I know.
And he only invests 100 at a time, 100 gold at a time, because he's only ranked D. That's the minimum rank. Last time I played this game, I somehow won against 3 S-rank computer players.
Oh, jeez.
I got 3
You are
first place
raking
finishes.
in the cash all of a sudden.
I got 3 first place finishes in a row, followed by 3rd place.
Ah. Come on, we need a big roll.
Well, that's kind of big, because it means I can invest. Okay, it's time to actually invest in the shop.
Invest in the shop right next to it, or that shop, yeah. There we go. Wow, that's a huge investment.
Yeah. Maximum investment.
Should have invested in that one.
Yeah. Well, again, all shops closed for a turn.
All shops closed for a turn? Oh no. Poof.
Oh, good. Daisy didn't get her 70 gold. BM shop dodge for Yoshi.
Shop dodge.
Yeah, because he dodged the 558 demon.
Oh man. Shop dodge.
Yep.
Alright.
I can make this exciting. BM stock dodge. That's insane.
Oh. Time to invest?
Yep.
There we go. Oh my god.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, slime.
Oh. Oh! You just hit 7,000.
Yep.
And
And the mini games have rolled around to the beginning again. We're back to
round the
mini
blocks. Okay. Hey, Starcoal! Welcome to the stream.
games.
Well, I'm not playing it. It's only Ranko playing it, actually. But
Maybe one day Eddie will get a disc.
yeah, I think I am gonna see if I can get a Fortune Street disc. So can
That's
the
pretty
same
inexpensive.
can the same WinFi launcher work with the Fortune Street disc too, or do I have to get another launcher?
It should be fine.
Oh, okay.
It's just that if you're doing internal patching, like the way I did it with because I used an old USB loader,
Oh,
the Mario Kart Wii and the other games have separate patchers, but the launcher should be fine.
oh, Starcoal says.
I recall Greg using the automatic Wi-Fi patcher. It's been a long
Starcoal says
time,
that
so I
Fortune
don't
Street
know.
discs are expensive now, though.
Except if you go through GameStop.com. Like $15 or $16 if I remember correctly.
All right, let's see if you can get your last suit for promotion.
I'll be fine.
Ah.
This is getting gold from the bank.
Oh man.
They're 425, not bad.
Why did Daisy do that instead of chaining together again?
Yeah, she could have landed on the stage itself. Although to be fair, she doesn't have any lines to form. Didn't have any lines to form on that board. Once you finish a line, that's it for that line.
Oh,
And the other
Yoshi landed on
parts
one of
kinda
the big
block
spots.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. And suddenly you are way in the lead.
Super suddenly.
Yep. Hey!
Money-making venture. Roll the die and get 50 times the number showed in gold coins from the bank.
Ooh, let's hope it's a 6.
I know. I only got a third of that though.
Oh.
Execute. At least it's not a 1. That's almost a 1.
Now it's a race to the bank between you and Peach.
Peach? Who's Peach?
Oh, sorry, Daisy.
Peach is in the game, but Peach is an unlockable.
Yeah.
There's her castle.
Oh
Let's see,
my
I'm gonna do some
god,
questions.
slime is not doing well at all.
Or pitiful slime. Fortune Treat on GameStop.com. $14.99 not available.
Oh, Starkle says
Aw.
if you ask Slime if he can buy all his properties, he will offer them lower than 5 times, even to get Monopoly. Oh, geez.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the game is not available on GameStop.com right now. I don't know if it'll ever be.
They
That was
need.
an option.
Well, the thing is, if the game is that much in demand, that discs of it are expensive, release a version for the Switch. Jeez.
That's kind of the weirdness of older games that are
Yeah.
out of production. Fortune Street. Video games.
Oh. Oh,
Yes,
God. Daisy just lost 10% of her cash.
Wow.
It's been really popular ever since the Runaway guys did it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Sugar Conroy, Proton John, and Nintendo Capri Sun with the guest player for each board.
But yeah, Starkle, if I get it, it's going to be a physical copy.
There are only physical copies.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
No, what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna,
do shenanigans.
yeah, I'm not gonna do
You're not gonna do what I did.
Yeah. Alright, Ranko's up to level 5 now. You return to the bank with all the suits.
Yeah.
Now just think of,
promotion
now take out the playing card, now take the playing card references out of your mind and say that again with a corporate mindset. I arrived at the bank with all the big suits. Like, this is me, and this is my entourage. Oh, you're gonna stop Yoshi from getting a line?
Nah.
Oh.
It's like, I could be a total troll.
All players get a suit yourself card.
That includes myself, of course.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna be skipping the heart.
You're almost at 10,000.
Yeah. I could get to net worth before I get back to the bank.
No, Starkle, I was thinking suits like big important people. This is me, and see, I'm being flanked by these big important people. Give me a promotion. and it's like almost everyone but Yoshi. And I think Yoshi's gonna get his promotion next. So it's like everyone gets a promotion on the same turn. Oh no! Everyone's stores took a hit.
Yeah. A temporary hit. I'm sure they'll try to figure something up for 14th Street. Otherwise, I can help you with shenanigans. That's pretty safe.
Yoshi prefers
It's not
a
like
bonus
anyone's
of
making
cookies
money
and
off of
fruit.
it. What's the difference between used game sales and shenanigans? No one's making money either. No, the developers aren't making money off of it either way. If you stop and think about it. And shenanigans are actually kind of important for video game preservation because the companies don't do it themselves. Which makes anti-piracy kind of annoying. In its own magical way. Zoom over to any shop or vacant plot.
Venture through space. Zoom over to any shop. Oh, go near the near the top of the board where the two suits are.
Yeah.
But go to the lower end so you can actually circle all the way around it. So
Yeah.
which shop are you gonna go to? Your 558? Or are you gonna? Oh, actually, yeah. Go below the heart, and then you can just go all the way up. Then
I don't need the heart. I have a Seat Yourself card.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I'd say go for the 558 because on your next turn, at that point, you'll be able to choose, and it'll be one spot less that you'll have to move. Than if you go to 288. Warp. I'm assuming a remake isn't going to work if Square Enix is involved with Dragon Quest characters. Well, Square Enix pretty much made the game in the first place, and there's no reason why they can't collab again. I mean, Uh-oh, card number 13.
There's actually a stronger version of that doesn't come with the epic music.
Oh.
There's also a number 7 card that gives you, that's pretty nice, but there's a stronger version of it too that boosts the shops. Thank goodness, I wasn't the one that got the 13.
Daisy's boosting all her shops. She's getting desperate.
She lost power from her shop. She would like to get more power in her shop, sure. Only she could be invest in her shops. Well, her weekend shops, one of her weekend shops got money. Like if you were to use a better USB loader than I'm using, they actually have built-in Wi-Fi patchers as well.
Well, the thing is, Starkle, the Dragon Quest games are out for Switch. Final Fantasy is now out for Switch. Kingdom Hearts is now out for Switch. I mean...
Yeah, the guy that gave us Dragon Quest to begin with is the guy who gave us this series as well.
Yeah.
Yuji Horii started Fortune Street, the Itadaki Street series on the Famicom in 1991.
Whoa! You're less than 100 away!
Yep. If I reach the target value before getting my promotion, it'll just let me win without the promotion.
You can, oh, forced buyout? Oh, jeez.
And Slime being Slime was like, no. To be fair, that was a 4 times buyout anyway. Which is still pretty high. But enough about that. Let's play an arcade game.
Oh, shop dodge.
Yeah. Which one do I want to pick?
Memory
They're all the
block.
same size. There's no memorization about this. This
Yeah,
funny
I know.
Thing.
Yeah, just pick one. I don't care,
I
just
picked
pick
right
one.
between the 1-up mushrooms.
Oh.
I picked right between the 1-up mushrooms, which would have been.
So you have a second suit yourself card.
Yeah. I can only use
Nice!
one of them.
Can you use
Yeah, but
both at the
given my
same
current
time if you had to?
They only replace as many suits as they possibly can at once. So
Yeah.
I can only use one of them this time around. But I'll keep the other. Although, promoting means I win.
Yeah.
We were all nervous towards the beginning of this game. But look at me now.
Yeah. Ranko just kicking everyone's ass. Unfortunately, I don't know if we'd have time for another full game, though.
There are small boards.
There are smaller boards?
Uh-huh.
Alright.
And I can lower the target value.
Starcold says maybe add characters in his DLC and new boards too, like newer Mario or Dragon Quest characters. Yeah, I could see that. Oh! Yeah, I think it's safe to say Ranko's gonna win. Oh! Peach with her own shop dodge.
Who's Peach?
Sorry, Daisy. God damn it! Why do I keep confusing Peach and Daisy? God damn it!
All the explanation I can think of is because early on they had the same hairstyle, just different colors.
Yeah.
They were originally, Daisy and Peach were kind of just palette swaps of each other. Then Daisy came up with her short hairstyle, I guess. And her new spunky attitude.
Okay. Time to pop yourself back to the bank if you can.
Yeah.
Promotion means you win, so.
Yep.
Ooh, nice roll.
I get to roll again.
You get to roll again? Oh, let's go!
And of course, I land on the star next to the bank. Again.
Oh no!
But I'm guaranteed victory next time.
Yeah. Unless something majorly happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Very likely I won't be going anywhere.
And you just won.
So I'm not even getting my promotion.
You're not even getting your promotion. You just won.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? What's with the epic music?
Yeah.
And
Super Mario World Bowser fight scene, but much better. It's a really nice remix.
and that's it.
With nice remixes.
Your net worth
game
has
is
reached the
loaded
target amount.
with
Get back
nice
to the bank to clinch victory. Oh, you have to get back to the bank to clinch victory.
Yes.
But yeah, you got it. You've made it back to the bank.
Fun. She
Woot!
won.
Da-da-da-da.
This is Dragon Quest remix music from the very first game after you defeat the Dragon Lord. Funny thing is, the Dragon Lord is unlockable in this game.
Actually, you know, if Square Enix makes the game, maybe they could put in Final Fantasy characters too.
They have Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy crossovers in the series.
Like go through Fortune Street as Sephiroth,
You can do that.
so that if you win it plays Sephiroth,
Yeah.
Sephiroth.
One Wing Game Girl. That the original version of that song is such a meme. Just watch people paste fake lyrics for that because no one understands the Latin.
Starkle says you can dress your me too. Cool.
Yeah, I've done that.
Oh.
Oh, look at all these stamps I'm not going to get to keep because I'm at maximum stamp count.
Oh God.
It's kind of like how I'm at max cash for Splatoon 1.
Yeah, you can
I
make a
got all
me
the
look like
everything.
Sephiroth. Yeah, but you know what? It's different than actually playing as Sephiroth.
You can play Sephiroth in the certain Fortune Street games with friends.
What was that, hon?
Yeah, you can play Sephiroth in the other games. Like the PlayStation game, the PlayStation games.
Or what they could do is they could also put more regular Nintendo IP characters in it. You can play through Fortune Street as a Remy.
That would be nice. Well, let's keep the easy rules going because screw the
Yeah, keep
stuff.
the easy rules going and pick a really short board because we've already used more than half the time of the stream.
I'll pick the smallest board in the game, which is right here, Castle Turning, instead of what we played on
Alright.
was
Okay.
Mario Circuit.
Well, pick the shortest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go Castle Trudane for this one.
Yeah, let's pick some different people though.
Okay. You gonna use your regular me or you gonna use a different character or?
My character is set because it's tied to my save file.
Oh, okay.
I'll keep Daisy around because we like her.
Okay.
We'll play against some princesses instead. Princess Daisy, the Princess of Moonbrook, and Alina, who's also a princess.
Okay. A vampire versus 3 princesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Missing her fancy wings.
Okay. A nice short game.
Hopefully. Nintendo 64. We're on a Dragon Quest board this time. This is an actual Dragon Quest location. Look at how tiny this board is. The default target value required for victory is 6,000 gold. We start at 1/4 of that.
Okay. Oh, this time you're third.
Yeah, I'm playing. Yeah. The random number generator. I mean, we could play in character order if we really wanted to, but hey, just having some randomness is a little bit more fun.
True.
Makes you feel a little bit more like a party game. Look at them buy all the shops. Ah, this is gonna be a mess. But yeah, hopefully if you get lucky with getting a good copy of this game, a good conditioned copy of this game, together and play stuff together. That would definitely be really fun. Although setting up a USB loader on the already homebrewed Wii is actually not terribly difficult.
Oh, who got? Oh, what?
She's not even paying attention.
Sorry. Alright, so it looks like Daisy's gonna warp.
I wouldn't have warped.
She's getting the property right next to the bank.
Yeah. Although that means she's gonna have to go around the board more than anyone else because she skipped over the diamond.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have slime kicking around, so I can't easily buy shops from anyone.
Oh.
But it's good for a bit of a challenge, you know.
True enough.
What the heck happened with Alina? I wasn't paying attention either. Suddenly she has a bunch of money.
Yeah. Promotions are gonna be fast on this board. As a matter of fact, Alina is about to get her first promotion.
Yeah. At least my shops are being landed on. The few that I have. Yeah, I'm actually gonna land on another shop. I'm gonna go grab a shop instead of getting the club right away.
Pop.
Strategy. I get the first pair of shops next to each other.
Good. Because on this board, that's gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
And if you can get a 3, you can get a third shop on that same row, and then you would have a nice chain of 4 out of 5 shops. 4 out of 5 shops in 6 squares.
The bank also doesn't help. Keep in mind, we're playing the easy rules. There are no districts. If we were playing standard rules, it'd be a different thing.
Yeah.
But having a pair of shops together would be pretty nice.
Yeah, come on.
Also, my strategic move paid off immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to have a 3.
Yes, 3.
It gives me a 4.
3. Oh, it gave you a 4? Oh no! Well, at least you got the diamond.
Yeah. Now everyone else must roll a 1! For the next turn. Sweet, I get more money.
I like how the getting a card music is still the same.
Okay, okay, Moonshine, give me more money.
Yep. Oh.
Alina is selling her shop back to the bank.
Really?
Oh, that's the direction
Which
the moon
one?
madness went.
That one? I wonder why.
I'll
Oh
never
God!
be computer players. Well, she got the. There's another promotion. Oh well, I didn't get any money after all. I guess I wasn't paying attention to which direction they were going in.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, get your last suit and get your promotion.
After you get the club, let's go. Yeah, let's get the club. Get the club from the club. The club from the pub. In the girl pub.
In the club.
Yes. Bub love dub dub.
Oh God.
It's been so long since I've watched that though.
Let me tell you what I would do if I were to get that last shop near the bank. If I were you and you got that last shop near the bank, I would also try to buy out the final shop that's there.
That would be that would be nice, but I'd like to have. I'd also need to have the money for that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said try.
Yeah. I could try to make negotiations happen, but...
Alright, promotion. Oh no. Whoops, sorry.
I was just grabbing money from the other characters.
Alright. Yeah, I figured she would buy that.
Dang it.
Yeah.
If only she was slime.
Oh,
Alina was
no.
slime, I'd just buy the heck out of that.
Damn.
Yeah, damn it.
Oh well.
The cat went out again.
Oh jeez. Well, now you want to work on improving those two shops, though. Two shops like that right next to the bank? Hell, you make bank.
The epic interruptions.
Epic!
I don't want to go that way, game. Because the game is at maximum speed, that just kind of happens. If you hold the D-pad down for too long.
Oh no! Oh, phew.
At least I can step backward if I don't confirm it.
Ah. That was close.
Get a load of this. Get a load of this. We were not playing Sonic Adventure. Cash is definitely flying around.
So are the promotions.
Yeah. Yay, I landed exactly on the bank.
Oh god.
That means I can go back the way I came from if I really want to. Which could be helpful for getting those two unknown shops if they don't get purchased up first. I get lucky enough with the roll.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Get yourself a 5, and you're in good shape.
Yeah. Oh, there's the 5.
You got a 5!
Alina got the 5!
Oh, Alina got the 5. Oh.
But she landed on my shop.
But she landed on your shop.
It's like, there's the 5 that I would love to have had. Let's see, the princess named a princessa who doesn't know what her hair color is. Sometimes her official art depicts her with blonde hair, sometimes she's depicted with pink hair. She is from Dragon Quest II.
Alright.
And Alina's from Dragon Quest IV.
Ah. And of course, Daisy from Super Mario Land.
Yep. Just not with her Super Mario Land look.
Ah, so you gonna spruce up your shops?
Yeah. Sure. Pop that one up.
Yeah, I'd say, oh, I would say buff up the ones by the bank. That's just me.
Yeah, but they're already landed on.
Well, I just say in general principle, because
yeah,
people land on them again.
Yeah, true. We'll just see what ends up happening. Sometimes I get lucky and the ones that I invest in still end up being landed on anyway. Unfortunately, that was a bit of a too high of a roll for that to happen this time around. Alina, what are you're just gonna buy up my shop, aren't you?
Oh no! Ooh.
Yeah, maybe I should have invested it there. Oh, well.
No!
I get a good chunk of money out of that, though.
Oh my god! No!
She pays 5 times the value. I get 3 of it. I get that. That will be okay. Hopefully. I finally get to see that happen. Give me a 3 game. Please. 1.
Oh man. Well, get yourself a card.
Buy something back. Buy something for 2 times the value.
Ooh, and the unopened shopper vacant plot. All right.
I'll take my shop back. Thank you.
Wait, what?
I don't have enough money. Shopper vacant plot. Why don't you let me buy my shop back? I guess I don't have enough money for it.
Oh no. Wait, twice the market value?
Yeah. Unknown shoppers. Oh, it has to be unowned apparently.
Yeah.
Dang it.
So grab that one, I'd say. Or they actually grab that one because you don't have any shops in that area yet. The top one.
No, I'll have to...
The top one. You don't have any shops in that area yet, so.
Get the bottom. I grabbed the bottom one to save some money. I can't spend too much money. Because it's double the price anyway.
Yeah.
It'd be great if I rolled a 2 next turn. Then I'd have both. What does the game doesn't roll a 2 for me? There's the 2! It's not my turn.
Oh, God.
There's a 1. Can I roll a 1 again?
Hey, Starkle, was that during the Dragon Quest music? Well, how about this Mario song randomly to interrupt? Oh, God.
Oh, great. Second promotion for Daisy. She loses all her receipts over that, but yeah. Yeah, that can happen. Now Daisy has to go all the way around the board again.
Fortunately, the board's very short.
Yeah. Fortunately for her.
Everyone has to level up at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Princess is doing some sprucing up.
of Moonbrook. In the previous game of the series, the DS game, she's a blonde. With the same outfit, basically. What is consistency?
I know, right?
Yeah, she just kind of randomly has pink hair in this game.
Oh my god, Alina's just kicking ass.
Yeah. I'll be over before you know it. Everyone else's shops get boosted by the 5%.
Oh my god.
That includes mine. Just the luck of the roll. If she'd rolled an odd number, it would have been only her shops getting boosted. I just want to make sure I don't make any mistakes. Bit of a risky investment because that's a lot of money for right now. I could have invested in that 19 and I would have gotten more money off of it. But whatevs. Gotta stop Alina from getting a row 3. Oh, great.
Oh my god!
And
All of a sudden, everything's boosted. Everything's boosted. Oh god.
Yeah, Alina boosts her shop up as much as possible. Alina, and then Princess gives the money to Alina right on that shop immediately.
Oh
like, yeah,
my god.
The Princess of Moonbrook. Sonia and I just call her Moonshine. You actually do get to name the characters in Dragon Quest 2.
Ah. Oh, jeez. Why do I have the feeling this is going to end in someone's bankruptcy?
We'll see. It's happened, but we'll see. I mean, it could happen. All I have to do is not roll a 4, and I won't have to sell any of my shops. Good news, I rolled a 6 instead.
Oh, phew!
This takes me straight to the bank.
Straight to the bank, but you don't have a promotion. You should have gone. Oh, you did get promoted. Oh, all right, never mind.
Yeah. All right.
For some reason, I thought you were missing a suit.
I got the suit on the way.
Oh, duh. There's still one unclaimed. There's still one unclaimed shop left.
It was claimed at one point, but then it was sold.
Yeah.
Because of a venture card. Daisy getting a boost from that. Daisy only has 3 shops. Alina gets a promotion. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can see Alina winning this. And then the Princess of Moonbrook gets their own promotion.
Alright. You get promotion, and you get promotion, and you get a promotion. It rarely happens before a character wins. Yeah, but with that 504 property spot, that...
It's kind of dangerous.
Yeah. fixing up a shop. There we go.
Yep. Game, I have not asked for you for very much tonight. So, please give me, 4 next turn, please. And here we go. Alina taking money from all the other players.
Take your level times 40 from all the players. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 6.
Oh, no. Well, at least there's a minigame.
Yeah. Started gold. Alina's so far in the lead that she doesn't get her own slice on the right circle and the right spinner.
All right. Dart of gold. Here we go.
Suit yourself card. But for who?
All right. All right.
The Princess of Moonbrook.
Oh, Princessa. Princessa?
I don't know why they call her that in this game. Because her actual title is the Princess of Moonbrook.
Princessa. Princess of Moonbrook.
Yeah. I don't think she actually has an official name outside of whatever we call her. I get the feeling that Alina probably will win this, though. I wouldn't buy that out anyway. Because by landing on the shop and trying to buy a shop out that way, it's always 5 times the net worth, that's like the value.
Yeah.
And the net worth that they get out of it. It's just 3, well, it is 3 times, that is still a lot of money coming out of my pocket. I wish that times 2 buyout was for any shop.
Oh.
Money times the number of shops.
Oh, jeez.
That's it. Shit. And she has 4 shops. Alright, I need to go down. You don't own any shops that can be invested in.
Really?
Yeah, all 4 of my shops have been fully invested.
Oh, no.
You can also see, based on the way the board is designed, individual suit yourself cards are not very useful in most cases.
Yeah. God, Lena's about to... Lena keeps landing right on the suit spaces.
And she's buying up the last shop that she did.
Oh, geez.
She sold out. Sold to the bank. There we go.
May as well,
All
right?
Yeah. All shops are now owned. Can I get a promotion before she wins?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Well, yeah, well, what's the target amount?
6,000.
Ah.
Okay, so, I'll probably get second place.
I'd say it's pretty likely at this point.
Depending on what Alina rolls, of course. If she rolls high enough, she will win right away.
Yeah.
Thanks for the 220, Daisy. you rolled exactly enough.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. Oh, well, second place isn't bad. Yeah, second place isn't bad. Especially given the shenanigans that happened to me. I could have invested in that one shop on the right side, and then I would have still had that shop, but oh well.
Yeah.
There's just certain factors of random such as you can't really account for.
Time to award prizes.
Look at all these stamps I'm not going to get either. There's the graph. Yeah, just look at Alina's line.
Oh my god.
That happens sometimes. Well, that was fun.
Oh yeah.
I think we have enough time for a quick stab at standard rules.
Oh, you think so? Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Short board, though.
We're not going to play a regular board. We're just going to go through the tutorial just to give you an idea.
Oh, okay.
The tutorial board is technically it truly is the shortest board. It's the same shape in both the easy rules and the standard rules. The only thing that standard rules does is add districts.
Oh. Tutorial is super short. It adds stocks. Oh god.
Yeah, we're just adding stock because it's standard rules. And the computer players are predetermined. And the order is predetermined. I like dominating in the tutorial from time to time. Sometimes I might go into the... Oh wow, it's 8,000. If you bankrupt one player, the game ends.
Oh geez.
Right. The standard rules board, the standard rules tutorial board is a different shape from the easy one. The easy one is slime sheet.
Oh jeez. It's still a tiny board though.
Yeah. There are only 2 districts on this board.
One on either
3
side
districts.
of the map.
Actually, there are 3 districts. Never mind. I haven't been here forever. One on the entire left half, one in the middle, and one on the far right. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. It's a very scripted tutorial. It's like we're just scrolling or skipping through all the text. I think Toad's spaces are pink because my spaces are red. But why pink?
I don't know.
Also, I think he would have had blue spaces if Slime wasn't here. I think it's just supposed to be yellow. I don't know. What's up? Oh well. That's fine. That's fine and dandy. Fine and dandy line. With good old reliable slime here, I can just buy it at the shops whenever I feel like it, and I have the money for it. If the D-rank CPs are kind of dumb. I've actually taken over entire boards before. Slime, you can keep that for now. I'll pay you. I'll buy it from you later for much less.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a glimpse at the regular rules. That's what's going on here. There's a lot more to see in this game. Bam, the shop dodge, I guess. I mean, the shop was closed. Not that impressive, though.
Alright, let's see what you can do. Roll again!
I can invest in my shop, but because it's standard rules, I'm not going to do that. Because I'll miss out on district stock value increases.
Oh, geez.
See, when you invest, you also want to make sure you have stock in the same district as the shop you invest in to get even more net worth. Now we're basically playing Monopoly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Telling us what happens when you buy multiple shops in the same district. They mutually beast each other. By like 20% or something like that. A small percentage. It ends up leading to a double boost if you have all the shops in the same district. Instead of being exponential growth by sticking them next to each other in easy rules.
I know, right?
It makes things pretty insane. I'll just get some pocket change from Slime.
Pocket change. Promotion!
And now I can buy stock.
Okay.
The tutorial is actually pretty nice if you don't speed through it. Lot of text. Exposition.
Exposition, talking out my ass again. Excuse me.
Yeah. And the stock prices go up, so I get another boost.
Woot!
It is 10 ootsers. The heck are we talking like that for? It's not early 2000s internet culture. Slime. Your small purchasing habits. Okay, I just have a bit of curiosity. What will happen if I try to do this? That's quite a lot. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait before I try to buy that shop. I'll wait for another promotion to happen. Because that is kind of a big shop. Yeah, I can wait for that. Another generous boost to my shops collectively.
Oh wow! You got shops all around the midpoint there.
Yeah.
Oh god! And Toad lands on your most expensive shop like right away.
Yeah. Yeah. The tutorials are not quite as random as the main game. Because I've run through the easy tutorial many times, and I've noticed that the time tends to play out exactly the same way every time I play it.
Oh, jeez.
And I tend to play it exactly the same way every time. So it's kind of scripted. Kind of. Increase my baby shop. You are no longer a baby shop. Which boosts the price of the sock as well, which gives me more net worth. Thanks, Ian.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, God.
That's what I'm
Toad
thinking.
is not doing well.
I know. Every time I play the easy tutorial, I take up literally all the shops, even the ones that the other characters buy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Roll
I should buy
again.
some stock in that district too.
Buy it. Buy it. There we go.
Even if the shop the character lands on is someone else's, if it's in a district you have stock invested in,
Yeah.
you still get some money from it. You
Oh,
still get some
yeah.
money from it. Small commission, but it's something. This is basically Monopoly.
Pretty much. Oh, your stock went up.
Yep. I can do this right now.
Oh,
Okay.
you gonna buy it?
Yeah.
Yes!
That's a higher increase than I'd expected percentage-wise, but that's fine. That'll be fine. I can live with that.
Ooh, nice.
I'm painting the board red.
Mhm.
No, actually, let's wait for the
Yeah, and the thing is only. God, you got 3 of the 4 of the blue shops.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Toad had to sell some stock. To,
And
make
Toad
the
just
difference.
did Toad just go bankrupt?
Nope. He ran out of ready cash, so he had to sell some stock to cover the difference.
Oh, I see.
Since stock does exist in standard rules, you can use that in place of selling the shops. But if you run out of stock and
Then
ready
you have
cash,
to start
you do
selling
have to
shops.
do-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, why
And
didn't
you
you
only
go?
get
Oh, wait a minute.
10%.
Why didn't you go for the heart? You went up instead of down.
Oops.
You screwed up.
I didn't do
That means you're gonna have to circle around again.
That's fine. I done goofed.
You gonna buy more?
Maybe I was aiming for the other shop, but whatever.
You gonna buy more stock in the red? No.
Just to be safe. I get money off of that anyway. I get net worth off of that. Slime would have been landing on his own shop if I did not purchase that.
Oh, jeez.
Since I have to go all the way around the board anyway.
It's not Black Friday here. Bankrupt is if the rightmost number goes past 0 in the negative. Oh, I see. The rightmost is your net. Oh, okay, I see, Starfall.
Yeah, bankruptcy happens when your net worth hits 0.
Oh, God. You are just taking over the red.
Yeah. Since I have to go all the way around the board to get the cart and then promote again, I might as well go the long way.
You can't just circle around the same half?
Nope.
Oh, well that sucks.
The game may be flexible, but there are certain restrictions to keep the game from being too easy. This applies to all boards. Gotta have some you gotta deal with your mistakes. You know? Baby shop get boosted.
The one right... Oh.
The smallest one.
There we go. You don't...
Yeah, 260 should be fine. Just to round out the number. That's a good boost to the stock.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Toad is gonna have to sell more stock.
Oh, no.
By selling 9 at a time, you get maximum selling value without affecting the price. Which begs the question is, where does the value still come from if you're not having a stock anymore?
I don't know.
Yeah, this game is really confusing.
Ranko is the bankrupter here, pretty much.
Sometimes, yeah. I've caused bankruptcies before. Yikes.
Oh god, Toad! Oh no! Does Toad have enough stock?
Yeah, he has a lot of stock in that district. Unfortunately, it affects me too. That means I can buy up Slime's shops more easily. Wow, that's a lot of stock that you purchased there, Slime. Wow, Slime, I'm surprised you're investing more than 100 gold at a time.
Oh, jeez.
That's very abnormal of you. Let's go.
Manage shops. Buy shop. Ooh.
Yeah, sure, I'll pay it. Notice I still have no shops in the 3rd district.
Oh my god! Are you gonna monopolize the district?
I'd like to.
You'd like to?
That was a bit of a risky play there, just buying the shop at all. Because now I'm low on ready cash. But I have stock. Toad, why are you buying stock there? I mean, sure, you have one shop there. Now that just makes me not want to invest there. Like, next to that district, I'm not getting stock, I'm not investing.
Now, at least you're getting yourself some ready cash.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him piggyback off of me that much more.
Okay.
I'm the first person to get a card.
Yeah, yeah, I'll have to get this game.
Yeah.
You just gonna get the first card, or what?
Yeah, just the default. Because look at what happened this time.
Oh!
and then Toad lands on its face.
Oh my god.
It's a dividend. No one landed on my shop, so there were reason. Hilarious.
I don't get that. That is... Jeez.
Emmy's been hooked into this game. Finally.
Yes, I'm getting hooked into this game. Yeah, you got me, okay? You got me.
I love this game. It's great. Yeah, I do actually need to get the heart. Okay, I'm not gonna goof this time.
No goof. There we
No
go.
clowning around.
Whoa. Whew.
Thankfully from all that money that I did get at some point. It's like, yeah, let me get on that with all this money I don't have. I can say that unironically. It's like, I would love to grab that shop, but let me get, let me get on that with all this money I don't have.
I know, but they gotta land on your shops first.
Yeah. I wanted to buy the pink shop that I landed on, but I guess I didn't have enough juice to do it.
Yeah, you don't. Unless you sell some stocks.
And apparently that's not good enough either.
Oh, alright. Well, get your promotion.
Any vacant plot or shop?
Alright.
1.
Oh, zoom over to any shop or vacant plot.
That means not the bank.
Not the bank. Well, get one space closer to the bank at least.
Yeah.
At least that way you're guaranteed your promotion on your next turn.
And there goes the final shop.
Toad's getting it, huh?
Yeah.
Poof.
That's cute.
Alright. Alright, now the money should start rolling in for you.
Yeah. One.
Starkle says buy all the shops now. Yeah.
I've done that many times in the easy tutorial. It's much easier there. I think I've done it once in the standard tutorial. It's actually surprisingly difficult.
Alright, let's see if you can buy Toad's shop now and monopolize the district.
Now let's just sure.
Oh, you bought
I may
stock.
not have much ready cash, but I have plenty of stock.
Oh, I would have just bought Toad's shop and monopolized the district if I could.
I'll figure out a way. There's still time. I mean, what are the odds?
Well,
of
the reason why I would have done now is because the other two players are just starting to head into the red district.
It has to go back.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
It has to go back around to my turn
Slime
again.
shop dodged you.
Yeah, it has to go back around to my turn again to be able to buy shops because I have to do.
Yeah, but
from
now
the
you don't have
beginning.
enough ready cash to do it.
Yeah, that's fine. Curiosity. Let's look anyway, because I have stock. Let's see what he will do if I try to do it. What will he do, Toad? I have plenty of stock. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
840.
That's fine.
Hey,
I can
Yastin, you. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Particle Acceleration. Hope you're enjoying
Special
your stay
effects.
here. We're actually watching RankoHoshino play Fortune Street right now, and she's kind of got me hooked. I want to get a copy of this now. It has been so fun watching her play. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god.
Okay, sell stocks.
Yeah, I think you're gonna win this. yeah, sell stock.
54 of them should be good.
Yeah. There we go. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's gonna take a little bit longer.
Now let's hope the other two players don't keep shop dodging you like they have the last couple turns.
Well, the scripted game play, be kinder to me.
Nope, Toad is just taking his sweet time, apparently.
There we go.
Starkle says, buy the rest of them, Ranko.
I would have.
Oh! Slime landed on your shop.
There we go.
There we go. Alright, here we go. Now the money's gonna start rolling in. Here we go. Make them walking money bags. Hey, Pirate! Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Particle Acceleration. Hope you're enjoying your stay here. We are watching RankoHoshino play Fortune Street at this time. Say hello, Ranko.
Hello, Ranko.
And we got a raid from Lue Luxion! Thank you for the raid, Lue! Lue Luxion was last playing Splatoon 2. Give him your follow love, folks.
Rated easy.
Oh my god, a four-digit shop price. I think that's the first time we see a four-digit shop price all night.
The funny thing is, if you go 5 digits, if the numbers get big enough, that it slides onto the border of the shop scene.
Oh, jeez.
And it turns into a giant hotel.
But yeah, I really want to get a copy of this game now. Oh. And Slime's gonna land on another one of your properties.
He's gonna flop down on my property.
Made it so easy, Lue says. Yeah, Ranko is about to win this game very handily. I think Ranko's like one payment away from winning the game now.
Yeah.
But then you gotta get back to the bank afterward, too.
Yeah.
So you still have to circle all the way around the board.
Yeah, no matter what.
Oh god, Ranko going for the jugular here.
Yeah.
Also, the number of stars go up too. Oh jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. It's 1 through 6, then the 7-star star is just a giant star.
Oh my god,
golden
1700! Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
I have now hit target value.
Yeah, but now you gotta get back to the bank. And we're starting to run out of screen time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. So what's gonna happen? You gonna get back to the bank first, or you gonna bankrupt them first?
We'll see.
Slime shop dodged the big one.
Yeah.
Or one of the big ones, I should say.
Yeah. My shops are beat. Sweet, I landed on another one of my own shops. Glad to you asked.
Oh god. Pick a shop to invest in. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Garbage happens in the tutorial so easily. Okay, Toad. Thanks for the... I was gonna say roll a T, please. There's my T.
Oh no! Oh my god! Toad is in big trouble.
I think he just played that smart enough to not need to sell stock again. At least not immediately.
Oh, jeez. God, you're gonna end up making double target value before you get back to the bank, aren't you?
Well, we'll see. Target value is 8,000.
Yes, I know.
Oh no, I'm going to have to pay Toad 37 gold. Whatever shall I do? he can take that. He can keep that shop too.
Starkle says this is just financial murder. It's not Fortune Street anymore. It's financial murder.
No, it's financial slaughter, so we can keep the same initials.
Financial slaughter. There we go. Same initials.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be a while before the other characters start paying you again.
Check out the Dragon Quest IV battle music.
Oh God.
Except it's a really nice remix.
Get back to the bank to clinch victory.
Yeah, let me get on that with all these one rolls.
Oh no, another one roll? Oh my God. Oh, God. Yeah, maybe you will bankrupt everyone before you get back to the bank.
We'll see. Ted's getting back towards the district of...
Oh, yeah!
Oh
God! Oh, God! Toad's already coming back to Red District. You're gonna invest... At this point, I would just massively invest in my Red District shops.
As soon as I start landing on my own shops again, we can get on.
Come on. And actually, it's very probable that you will land on your own shop with this roll. A 2, 3, or 4 will do it. And oh, you got 6. And you still did it. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead. Just crank up the value of all your red shops. Just crank it up. Crank it up. Max it. Max it out. Let's see. 1822. Oh God. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Ted, why did you roll a 2? Why can't you roll a 3? And then he gets the 7 card.
Oh.
Like that's really gonna help.
Toad's 3 shops rise in value by 7%.
If only I'd gotten that shop.
Yeah.
That card.
Oh yeah. Slime rolls of 4.
That's nice. Give me the 11T5.
God!
And that's the end of the game.
Oh, you made it back to the bank, huh? Let's see. Yep, you made it back to the bank. Exactly back to the bank. There we go.
There we go.
Starkle's like, hi, bankrupting office? I got 2 characters for you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Guys.
And we really don't have time for another one.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough fun for tonight anyway.
Oh God!
Look at my line. Look at my line.
Holy shit, Ranko, you just destroyed everyone.
I felt like going on a destruction tour after what happened to me at Castle 13.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And demonstrating the standard rules in a pretty safe environment is pretty nice. It can get really hectic. This game can get really hectic really fast.
I can tell!
I've taken over an actual game and board of it in this, not just the tutorial.
Oh, jeez. Well, let's get our shout-outs in order here. We had a raid from Kiyome. We had, a host from Kiyome, actually. A raid was from Lue Luxion. And we've been collabing tonight with RankoHoshino. She's been showing us Fortune Street on today's, on this edition of the Take It Easy stream.
Yeah. Basically my favorite board game, video game.
So give all 3 of them your follow, love. And in Luxion's case, if you want to, give him your sub love too. Starkle, I once played a $9.99 board playthrough with my friends. Oh man, made a long day game, but it was so chaotic. I can imagine I can freaking imagine.
Sometimes I do special sessions of this meme where I just set it to 100,000, just for special occasions. And even just that low, that quote unquote low of a number can get pretty crazy. And I set the bankruptcy limit to 3.
All right.
Shenanigans have ensued.
And also thanks to Pyra and Yas for those follows. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Oh, go ahead.
So the next time we do this will be 2 weeks from now, because next week will be a mini fest turf war.
Yeah, next week it's turf war and mini fest. But tomorrow, we're going to be doing another board game. Mario Party Superstars comes back to the stream tomorrow. So we still have more maps to do. We didn't finish doing all the maps yet, so we still have more maps to do on that. Right. So let's check out the old Raid-O-Meter. We're gonna
we'll figure things out at some point in the future.
I gave you a shiny Golbat in Pokemon. I haven't played Pokemon Go in ages, Starkle.
Yeah, we'll figure things out for our next chat and chill session. It'll be a couple weeks, but we'll figure something out.
All right, we're gonna go raid you Tompo Odin. He's currently playing Splatoon 2 at this time. So until tomorrow, you know what to do. Follow and subscribe. Join the Particle Acceleration. You can also join us on Discord. !Discord in the chat. Or just scroll down to where it says join the Particle Acceleration on Discord. Until tomorrow, I'm DJ Particle. I've been here with
RankoHoshino.
And we are out of here. Peace.
Bye-bye.